So today I'm going to be talking about the best budget beast in MLB The Show 22. Since the game isn't officially out, there's no market value on any of these players, so it's kind of hard to say if they fit in your budget. So the only credential for this video is it cannot be a diamond player. So gold, silvers, and bronze are all fair game, and there are so many good ones. Whether you're looking for BR goons, or you're just looking for cards you can add to your squad day one. There's a lot of really good ones. But before we get into the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be posting daily MLB The Show 22 news, tips, gameplays all throughout the year, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to talk about a budget beast from previous years, and that's Joey Gallo. For the last 4 years, it seems like he's always been everyone's favorite budget beast. But this year, I'm very hesitant on him. His contact is 37 and 43. He also only has 22 vision, so the PCI is going to be like the size of my dick.
Pause.
Probably should cut that out. But he does have the 97 and 103 power. Big time power. If you do make contact, he can play first, third, center, right, left with really good defense and a cannon of an arm. So I still think he's a budget beast, just nowhere near as good as he was in previous years. Aldous Chapman's always a big one for me. He throws absolute gas to a point where it really throws the opponent off. Only thing I don't like about this one compared to last year's card is his pitches are fastball, slider, splitter, two-seam. He doesn't have the changeup, which I thought was a big difference last year, and he doesn't have outlier. So he's another one where he makes the list, he's still a budget beast, he'll still be really good, but he's nowhere near as good as he was last year. I have a couple goals that I think are going to be really good, and one of them is this Steven Strasberg right here, mainly because of his pitch repertoire. He has a slurve as his primary pitch, followed by fastball, sinker, changeup. He doesn't throw as hard as he used to. All those injuries seem to caught up to him, but we're talking about 99 control on the slurve and 99 break on the slurve. Slurves are already good enough as is. You add 99 break and 99 control, that pitch is going to be really hard to hit. Plus sinkers, it really depends on the meta this year. They were really good in last year's game. We'll see how they play in this year's. I just like the pitch repertoire. I think he could be pretty nasty. Alonso's an easy choice for me because he should be a diamond. And it's hard to say if he'd even be in the list because I could see him day one being a very expensive goal. But he's got 90 power versus righties, 112 versus lefties. I've always liked Alonso's swing, and unlike Joey Gallo, who has the big time power but terrible contact and vision, Alonso's isn't good, but 65 and 48 followed by 55 vision, it's at least enough to a point where you can hit it. I think this card's gonna be damn good. And then this is my number one budget beast every single year. He's so damn good, bro. Yordan Alvarez. He has diamond hitting and bronze defense. It sucks that you have to put him in either in left or right, so I'm really hoping we get DH in this year's game, but a really smooth left-handed swing, doesn't have a lot of commotion going on in it. 78 contact, 81 contact versus lefties, 92 and 90 power. He's got big time power, very good contact, very easy under control swing. The only issue is he has 58 fielding and 60 arm, and you can only play him in the outfield. Like if I could play him at first, so be it. But I gotta throw this guy in the outfield and expect him to make plays for me. It's rough, but I think the bat is worth it. Devin Williams is a really good pitcher you can have coming out of your bullpen. He's got the Bugs Bunny changeup, and then he's got a four-seam fastball, about 11 mile per hour difference between the two. And then for some reason, they give him a cutter and a screwball. I've never seen Devin Williams ever throw those pitches. But 98 hits per 9 and 100 Ks per 9 for an 81 overall gold card. He also has 99 break on the changeup, 99 on the screwball, and the fastball ain't straight either. It's 95 and 94 on the cutter. Very hard to square pitches off on Devin Williams. He's a must-have for the bullpen day one. I probably shouldn't throw this one on here. I just love his swing, but Belly, his swing's like butter. 53 and 42 contact, and then 70 and 50 power. They really screwed him on the hitting attributes, but I think with his swing, he can still get the job done. And he's kind of the opposite of the other cards I've shown you, with big time hitting stats, very bad fielding. Belly's got bad hitting stats that I think can improve with his swing, but he's got 92 fielding and 97 arm. I believe this is the last gold I'm gonna show, but it's Blake Treinen of the Dodgers. He's got a sinker, slider, cutter, fastball that can reach up to the triple digits, 100 hits per 9, 74 Ks per 9, which is weird because he definitely has the big time fastball, 99 velo and 99 break. Very good control of all his pitches. He also has a ton of break on the the slider and the sinker. But most importantly, if you take a look below me, he has the outlier on his primary pitch. So that sinker is gonna get up there around 100 miles per hour. It's just gonna make it really tough for opponents to hit him. Another pitcher that's on this list that belongs in the bullpen because he throws gas is Emmanuel Clase. He only has a cutter, slider, and fastball. But take a look below me, he's another pitcher that gets outlier on the cutter. 102 mile per hour cutter coming at you. There aren't a lot of pitchers that do get outlier. So far from what I've noticed, it's mainly been bullpen guys. But if they have outlier coming out of that bullpen throwing gas, it's going to be really hard to hit. Current free agent and absolute God, because he's like in his mid-40s. How old is he? 41 years old, still hitting bombs. Nelson Cruz. His hitting stats are ridiculous for a 79 overall. Contact's a little low versus righties, but other than that, 94 contact versus lefties, 92 power versus righties, and 99 power versus lefties. Like, what the hell is this card? Plus, I've always liked his swing. He kind of is out of the shot a little bit, so some people might not like it, but I've always liked his swing. But like, for the love of God, please tell me there's a DH coming to the game. He's got 37 fielding. Like, I get he's 41, but 37 fielding? And somehow he has 90 arm. When was the last time he threw a baseball, dude? This guy's DH'd for the past like 10 years. If there's a DH in the game, this guy's gonna be a god tier must-have starter day one. If not, at the very least, he's gonna be a really good bench bat. Mike Zunino's a guy that just straight up hits bombs. If Salvi didn't go all Barry Bonds from the catcher's position last year, we'd be talking about how Mike Zunino hit 33 home runs with like a 210 average. He's all power, but he does play really good defense too. And I think that's what I like about him. He can't hit a lick versus righties in terms of contact, only 26 contact, that's awful. But he does have 6'2 versus lefties, so at least he's solid there. He does have 90 power versus right-handed pitchers, so if he does make contact, he'll at least go pretty far. And 100 power versus lefties, so he definitely fares better versus left-handed pitching. 26 vision, yikes. But like I said, this guy's very similar to a guy I'll show later in the list, which I'll just ruin it. It's Gary Sanchez, because he can actually play defense. The contact's bad, the power's insane, and then the defense is 82, which is really good for a day one card. I've also really liked him in BR in the past, so I'm really hoping that he's similar this year too. Dustin May, ginger flow and all, 99 velo and 99 break. The Dodgers seem to have a bunch of guys with just nasty stuff. He has a sinker, slurve, fastball, cutter, so I love the pitch repertoire. And he does get outlier, which I was not expecting on this card. If you ever find a pitcher, silver or bronze, that has outlier, they're a bunch of beasts. They'll be able to get the job done. Sinkers are as good as they are last year. Slurves are always disgusting. Being able to tunnel the pitches between the sinker and the cutter. On top of outlier, Dustin May's a BR god. I could also see people using him day one. Got a couple of reds appearing on the list, even though one of the two may not be a red for very long. Starting off is Eugenio Suarez. This guy was one of the best power bats in all of baseball like 2 seasons ago. He did struggle last year, but still, his card has 91 in 86 power. Like a lot of the other cards I mentioned, he does have the low contact, but he's another guy. I like his swing. He has this very big leg kick, but it's very easy to time up. I don't know what it is. I just always have found his swing to be really easy to time pitches up, even though there's a lot going on with it. But I'm happy they didn't get rid of his power. This card should still be pretty good, and he can play first, third, or shortstop, but I definitely recommend either put him at first or third. And then this guy could get traded at any moment after the CBA, which is Louise Castillo. He's been in trade rumors for the past season and a half, with of course the Dodgers being one of the teams interested because they seem to get everybody. But he has a changeup, fastball, sinker, slider, 99 velo, but unfortunately he does not get outlier. But he has a good pitch mix. I like his stats. The changeup's disgusting. He's a pretty solid card. This one's just gonna depend on how you like your pitchers, but I like Aaron Loop. He doesn't throw hard at all. Low 90s. He's obviously not gonna have outlier or anything like that, but slurves are always gross, and he has a slurve. If you can find a bullpen pitcher that has 4 or 5 good pitches, he's gonna be pretty nasty. A sinker, cutter, circle change, and a slurve, and on top of that, he throws left-handed. He's just one of those guys coming out of a bullpen that I really like using in BR drafts. I just didn't realize how nasty Jonathan Loaiza actually is. He's a relief pitcher that has 5 pitches, a sinker, a slurve, a circle change, a fastball, and a slider. He has everything you would ever want out of a reliever. 99 velo with 87 break. He doesn't control his fastball very well, but he does control the sinker, slurve, and changeup at least good enough. And on top of that, it's I'm covering up a little bit, but he does get outlier. So that sinker's gonna be upper 90s to 100 miles per hour. This guy coming out of the bullpen might be one of the best silver relievers you can get. So whether it be on your God Squad day one, because you don't want to drop a ton of money on diamonds and shit, because they'll be expensive as hell, or it's BR drafts. He is a must-have in BR. This guy's so fucking good, man. Generally, people don't look at bronze cards as very valuable. And usually they're right, but there are a couple of good ones that you can use in BR more so specifically. One of them is Gregory Soto of the Tigers. I wasn't expecting much out of this card. He only throws a sinker, slider, and a fastball, but he has 99 velo, so you guessed it, he gets outlier. A 67 overall bronze card that can come out of the bullpen with outlier on the sinker, and he's left-handed, which is a big deal in BR. He's just one of those very under the radar guys that you should definitely pick up in a draft if you get him. Sticking with the bullpen, I think Aaron Bummer is a very good card. He's not on this list. I just wanted to show him. I really like Aaron Bummer, but another White Sox player that I think is really good that you need to pick up is going to be the Rocket, Garrett Crochet. He has a fastball, slider, and changeup. Unfortunately, he does not get outlier, but he has a very Chris Sale-like windup where he kind of slingshots it, and those are always the toughest to hit. 95 break on the slider as well. You add that funky delivery with a nasty slider and an upper 90s fastball, he's going to be super good. I already mentioned him when we talked about Mike Zunino, but Gary Sanchez, this guy gets so much hate. I mean, you know what you're going to get with him. He's terrible at defense. He doesn't hit a lick of contact, but he has big time power. I don't get it. Yankees fans just do not like that kind of player. That's why they're bashing Joey Gallo, even though the guy's a stud. 34 and 38 contact, terrible. But 89 power and 94 power coming from the catcher spot is amazing. 55 fielding though. You're gonna allow a lot of pass balls. He does have a decent arm, and if I had to choose, I would definitely say that Mike Zunino I would much rather have than Gary Sanchez. But nonetheless, Gary Sanchez has always been a good BR budget beast. I think he will be this year too. I've always liked his swing. He always hits a ton of bombs for me, so I figured why not throw him on here. And then the last guy I want to show in this video is going to be Sixto Sanchez of the Marlins. They got this guy in the JT Realmuto trade a few years back, and I think people are forgetting how damn good he is. He was out almost all of last year with an injury, but this dude is disgusting in real life. And even though he's a 74 overall in the game, he's pretty damn good here too. He's got a changeup primary pitch, a sinker, a four-seam fastball that almost reaches triple digits, a slider, and a curveball. So a good 5-pitch mix, 99 velo and 88 break. Control on his pitches isn't that good, but he does have solid break on everything. And on top of that, every pitcher I've thrown on here, at least just about, has outlier. He is another one of them. He has outlier too though, so it won't be the changeup obviously getting outlier. It's going to be the sinker. So that sinker is going to be reaching just about triple digits. This card's nasty. There you boys have it. We went through a ton of budget beasts that you can either use day one on your squad if you don't want to spend a ton of stubs on packs and diamonds, or if you get some of these cards in BR drafts, definitely make sure to pick them up. But there's still so many more that I probably didn't name, so if I miss somebody that you think is an absolute budget god, let me know in the comment section below. I'll probably post another similar video on day one when the game officially drops, so maybe we may see some changes here and there. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm out. Peace.